AFTV DT after the weekend, such a great performance. Last two performances against the best two teams in the land, brilliant, positive. Tonight, that was such a lackluster performance. Now, do we just say to ourselves, well, you know what? There's not a lot to play for in the league, right? And they've just obviously taken their foot off the pedal. Or do you look on it and say, well, actually, it's a very worrying performance because you still got the final to come up, and you still want to go in there with a bit of momentum.
I think it's worrying for certain players the way they perform. Some of the players that don't get a chance every week and they never really stamp no authority on the game. If they thought that this was a opportunity to lay down a marker for the final, then they've not laid down anything other than the fact that they shouldn't be starting. Despite the results, we're not naive enough to know that we're going to be competing until we make changes. Victories like Manchester City and Liverpool are nice, but we still have frailties, and those won't go away until they're addressed. Because you have performances like Brighton, Spurs, this one tonight. Then you've got the flip side of that where we can put in performances like Wolves, Sheffield United, first half against Leicester, and the other two that we've just had. So the only way we're going to sort that, like I said, is by addressing that in the summer window. I'm just a little bit disappointed that some of those players didn't come out, with a bit of pride. Because we haven't really got nothing to play for. The trophy is the most important thing, and that is our avenue into Europe. But it's pride, personal pride.
Not one shot on target in the whole game.
No, we hit the post, and that was a bit unlucky, but that counts as no shot on target. But there was nothing. No creativity, no spark, no energy, no drive.
Do you think Arteta tonight, rather than going with the three, I know the three's been serving him well, and he's been playing with that, but do you think tonight he should have, been a bit more bolder? We are playing a team that's down at the bottom of the league. Do we need to have three at the back against Aston Villa? I mean, you could have went with a four, had an extra man in midfield, bit more creativity, because the ball just didn't get up to Aubameyang, Lacazette and Ketia. They didn't see much of the ball, did they? I mean, there was just no creativity whatsoever.
No, there was none. And, hindsight's a wonderful thing. And, he's learning as he goes along as well. But the reason why I think that he's not playing a different system at the moment is because he did try when he first came and it's not worked. And I feel that he just believes that with the personnel he's got, this is what he has to stick with. And what's the old saying, if it ain't broke?
It broke tonight.
Yeah, well, it broke. So, the Chelsea game will be completely different because Chelsea ain't going to sit, 10 men behind the ball and sit two banks of four and try and defend. It should be a really interesting game, and we're certainly going to have to fix up in comparison to what we played like tonight. But, that's just a little bit of damp squid, should we say. It's one of those, man. I was falling asleep watching the game.
Do you think inevitably we can't be too harsh on the players because, listen, they've just played two really tough, Wednesday night, right? They had Liverpool, followed up by at the weekend, Man City. Games where you don't see much of the ball, you've got to be concentrated and work really hard off the ball for the whole period of the game. And then, boom, on Tuesday, which I was always thinking, why is this game on a Tuesday when we don't play again till Sunday, right? Why didn't they play it on a Wednesday? But anyway, that's not an excuse. But a game straight after on a Tuesday was always going to be difficult against a Villa team that do have a lot to play for. You could see it out there tonight. They were fighting for absolutely everything. Yeah. We were just a bit strolling around, weren't we?
Do you know what? You say that, Robbie, but the players that were the most disappointing were the ones that didn't play at the weekend. Kolasinac, poor. Rob Holding, poor. Torreira, poor. Cedric, poor. Eddie, poor. So it wasn't like they were tired. They had no reason to be tired. As a player, they should have been sitting there saying, right, this is my chance. I could play really well, get another opportunity against Watford, play really well again, and the manager might be like, you know what? Yeah, you're playing in the final. Look at Maitland-Niles, that proved it. Somebody that none of us thought would be in the starting 11 against Man City. But he was. So none of them have done any favours for themselves. But there was players out there that looked knackered. They did.
Aubameyang looked knackered.
Lacazette
Looked knackered. Them two looked like they were running empty after half time. Listen, we don't want to look too much into it, but it is another defeat. And, you know, there was somebody who flew a plane over the ground at the start of the game which said, back Arteta, Kroenke out. Now, this is a big summer for Stan Kroenke. We all know as Arsenal fans, there's a lot of players out there that need to be replaced. Right? No Ozil again, not even in the squad. No Guendouzi as well. You know, some things need to happen. I mean, I think it's 10 defeats. 10.
It's poor
10.
season.
I can't believe it. Very poor season in the league.
It has.
3 managers. They've really got to do something in the summer now if we're to have a better season next year.
Yeah, massively. And I think they need to bring that plane back and put half of the players on it. You know, if they want to get rid of them. But this is our worst league campaign in 25 years. We've never finished outside the top 6 in 25 years. So it's dreadful. It's been a poor year. We've had 3 managers. You know, Mikel's had to come in and deal with what he's got. We know that. There's been some of the old frailties pop up, and there's been some stuff where we've gone, wow, you can see there's change. But Mikel needs help. He needs his players. He's been saying it himself. Wouldn't surprise me if he got the plane. You know, to send a message to the board. You know, he's been sending enough shots at them lately with, you know, some of the stuff he's been saying. And look, everyone can see it. And if Stan Kroenke's not in this to help us to achieve our goals, then give it to somebody that is. Pass it on. You know, we're not your toy. So we want, as fans, to achieve things. We want to be where Liverpool are now. We want to emulate, shall we say, what Liverpool have done over the last 5 years to progress to where they are. We want the Champions League. We want all those things that we've been deprived of. And the only way we're going to do it is by spending money. I don't think we need to spend 300-400 odd million pounds. We don't. You know, you tie Aubameyang down to a new deal as well. You bring in another centre-back along with the likes of Saliba that's coming in. You bring in a defensive midfielder. You know, you get Dani Ceballos back for a year, and then you bring someone creative ahead of them. You know, and then Mikel Arteta can start to play the formation and a style that he wants to play. We've got good wingers. You know, we've got the likes of Kieran Tierney and Saka and Pepe, and, you know, we've got a good base. You know, but we do still need to spend a couple of £100 million. But, you know, we're going to have to sell some players along the way. Guendouzi, Ozil's got to go somehow. Don't know how, because his wage is critical. And yeah, we're going to find out very, very soon, because we've got a week and a half left of the season. And then, you know, we start to prepare, because we'll have about 4, 5, 6 weeks, I think it is, before the next season starts. Strange, isn't it? It's a short window, man. We're going to have to back him, or we're going to be in these same positions, because everyone's getting stronger. This is the thing. You look at who's ahead of this season, even Burnley ahead of, you know, and that's not no disrespect to them, but they shouldn't be finishing above us. Sheffield United have had an unbelievable season. Wolves are a proper side. Leicester, proper side. Then you've got Chelsea with the additions they've made. You've got Manchester United. You've got Man City and Liverpool. You know, and yeah, we're not guaranteed to just get those top 4 places. We've got to spend to actually go and do it. And I believe we've got the right manager to take us there, but you've got to back him.
Robbie here from AFTV. We just got to say a big thank you to everybody who follows us across our various channels. Over 1 million followers on YouTube. Don't forget, you can now also catch us on Reddit. We're on Reddit, so get involved with us on Reddit and also on TikTok. Keep it AFTV, baby, right here.